here's a good one. A good sign for a reason to change is when things aren't working. Reaching new heights means leaving behind familiarity and comfort. And this is just from the page called Change. So that's just one page in how many? It's all part of the book called Gifts from Others, and we've got the author, Audley Stephenson, here. Good to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
It's one of those things, you can leave it in the bathroom, open it up to any page, and be inspired.
You can. I mean, the fact that there are quotes for a wide variety of topics, and it's not like a novel, there's a start and end. And so much of it depends on where you are personally in your life and, what's going through whatever personal situation you're dealing with or what's happened that day. Like, you can find something applicable or appropriate to you.
Absolutely. You can't force someone to see your side of things. You can only hope they take the time to see your perspective. Mm-hmm. So you didn't come up with all of these. You came up with some of them, but not all of them.
I came up with a large percentage of them, and a lot of them, they came from lessons from other people. And that, again, going to the title of the book, it's Gifts from Others. And really, for me, the underlying theme is a bit of mentorship, if you will, right? The greatest lessons that we learn in life comes from other people. And when you sit back and sort of think about that, you're like, yeah, I learned this from so-and-so, or this person taught me that. And what's really cool about these lessons is that they come to you not when you can necessarily recall them and go, oh, I want to think of this, but in this exact moment when you need them. You'll reflect back to what someone had told you or what you learned from someone or what you even exhibited or witnessed that someone do. And I think that's the beauty of that. So I sort of encapsulated all the lessons that I've learned from people and put them together in one little book.
And then you did get some help from others. In fact, Don Yeager wrote the foreword. How cool is that?
Yeah, Don Yeager, and this is really significant because Don Yeager actually wrote the final book of Coach John Wooden. Coach Wooden passed away a couple years ago. And Coach's final book was called A Game Plan for Life. And it was all about mentoring. And what was really significant about John Wooden's book was the fact that he was identifying the people in his life who he's mentored and those that mentored him. But some of the people that he mentored, he'd never met them before. He just read their works. People like Abraham Lincoln, Mother Teresa, people that had a profound impact on his life, and he never, ever met them. And that just goes to show you that how impactful our words can be on other people.
So when you reflect on your life and the people you've met and haven't met, is there any one person that stands out as having the biggest impact? Yeah,
there's just so many when you think about, if you think of the day-to-day, the people that you meet. Certain parents are a huge influencer as a child growing up. There are people I mentioned in the book who I've worked with or I've known personally. People who have taken the time to teach me something. In the book, I talk about a woman, Terry. And Terry, her and I, we worked together. And just talking about that, she took the time to teach me something. She saw something in me that she wanted to grow and see blossom. So there's a lot of everyday people, not big major stars or celebrities, nothing like that. Just day-to-day people that you come across over the course of your life.
And isn't it funny how as you pick these things up along the way on your path and put them in your basket, there is that need to want to share them.
Yes.
When did that finally kick in for you? When did you go, you know what, I've learned so much, I need to spread the word?
Yeah, and I've been sharing, when I stopped to sort of look back, I think I've been sharing these for a long time, but just didn't even realize it. I didn't, they weren't in a book, they weren't, being tweeted, they were just saying, day-to-day conversations. And when I noticed that and started to see the impact people were having, and we all have, people that come to us for advice or guidance or, want to get your thoughts on something. And it was through that process I realized that, I've got something of value here that I've gotten from others that I need to give. And when you talk about what gifts are, that's exactly what you do with gifts, right? You receive them, but you also give them.
And what you do with it is up to you.
Absolutely.
But I've given it to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's, again, the book. I mean, the other interesting thing about this book is that it could be very different today than it might be 5 years from now or 5 years prior, because a lot of it is based on where you are personally and what, where you're at.
It's divided into 4 sections.
Yes, it is.
The light bulb moment, making yourself better, approach to living, and connecting the dots. Let's start with the light bulb moment.
Yeah, all about awareness. So all the quotes in there talk about awareness, learning, development, and that's a huge, when you talk about, when you move along through the book, making yourself better, before you can make yourself better, you have to have an awareness as what you need to correct or change or improve upon. So that's the first section, light bulb moment. That's what it's all about, awareness. The second section, making yourself better, personally improving, developing, things about your character. You know, what can you do to improve upon? Because we always can get better at what we've done. You never ever just stop. You never just arrive. You always can improve on what you've done yesterday. So that's what sort of making yourself better is. The next section is called Approach to Living, and really, how do you be a successful winner? And what does that mean for you? And your definition is very different what my definition would look like. And it's that process. And with the interesting when we talk about being that successful winner, it's the things that you do that are innate to you, right? It's you know, maybe you're personable, you smile, you listen, whatever that is, but you're helping others get better through that process. So again, when we talk about approach to living, it's your personal approach to living. And the last section for me, which is probably the most important one, is connecting the dots. And it talks. It's about reflection. How, you know, what does your personal legacy look like at the end of it all?
You've got appreciation and gratitude.
Absolutely. That's a huge part of it when we talk about connecting the dots. Appreciating all the experiences you've gone through, all the lessons you learned, whether they're perceived good or perceived bad, and how they feed into you.
Love it. So you're a big basketball guy.
Oh, huge.
So can you think of things that you've learned that you use in life that you learned from the basketball court?
I'll give you a perfect one. Something, and I talk about often with people, is about the fact that point guards, who are oftentimes thought of the leader of the team, that they're the ones that guide and they control the way the offense works or how the defense works. But anyone can really be a point guard on a team. Anyone can take a leadership role. You don't have to be in a designated title, so you don't have to be, I'm the point guard, so I have to do this, or you're not the point guard, so you can't do that. We all can, there's something that we can do that can impact the flow of the game, whether it's a tip, a steal, a pass, a game-winning shot, a block, whatever.
And you don't have to be special.
You don't.
Just be you.
That's exactly what it is.
There you go.
Just like you are.
Just had a light bulb moment.
That's right.
Thank you so much. What a great book. Giftsfromothers.com. You can get all the information you
Kids
need.
Now,
Where to get?
Kids Now.
Kids Now.
$1 from every book is being sold, donated to Kids Now, which is a youth organization that encourages young people to make positive choices and be young leaders in our society.
Love that. Thank you so much. We're going to be cooking when we come back with Chef Albert Ponzo from Le Select Bistro. Good job. Nice work.